The dumbest scene I ever saw in The Rock's Black Adam movie was where Teth Adam escaped from Amanda Waller's prison. The scene has the try-hard energy of being motivating, heroic, and cool. However, there are many inconsistencies and nonsensical decisions that clearly expose this scene as more style over substance. Leading up to this scene, Black Adam and the Justice Society make a brief alliance to help save a boy while also trying to stop Intergang from using a crown no one really cares about. After a slow motion sequence which leads to Black Adam blowing everything up, the boy is saved but wounded very badly. With Black Adam taking responsibility and fleeing the scene, Hawkman flies, with no issue whatsoever, to confront Black Adam. There we get the revamped Black Adam origin where Teth Adam tried to stop his son from being executed but was held back by the king's soldiers. Keep that in mind for later. Teth Adam's son later becomes the champion, blah blah blah. Then the king's men try to kill Teth Adam and his wife, blah blah blah. And Teth Adam becomes Black Adam because his son gave him the powers. Then once the son dies, Black Adam goes on a rampage which leads to his imprisonment. Now back into the present, with Black Adam no longer wanting to harm no one else, he surrenders to the Justice Society and says the words Shazam, and thus turning into a 5,000-year-old man and is taken into an underwater prison. An underwater prison deep within the ocean depths and filled with trained soldiers, other imprisoned metahumans, all while being run by Amanda Waller's Argus. Keep that in mind for later. Fast forward, the Crown summons our third act villain and the Justice Society springs into action. The villain no one cares about, called Sabbac, is able to go through the Justice Society as he's more concerned about sitting on his throne to obtain more power. The fight looks cool, but none of the Justice Society sustains any serious damage. Keep that in mind for later. Dr. Fate realizes he has to sacrifice himself in order to save the world, so he faces Sabbac alone. Shields the entire area, and frees Black Adam from his prison. Which brings us to the dumbest scene in the movie. So, Dr. Fate has the ability to talk to and free Black Adam. Well, he frees his container and shackles, but not his mouth shield. Would have been more convenient since Dr. Fate's intention is to free Black Adam so he can join the fight and defeat Sabbac, thus preventing anyone from dying. Also, Fate just leaves Teth Adam, a 5,000-year-old man with no real fighting skills, to face off against armed soldiers. Armed soldiers that likely went through military training and have more combat experience. Not a good plan from Dr. Fate, but I guess a bad plan is better than no plan, as the movie says. Since Dr. Fate is able to multiply himself, make visual distractions, maintain a force field to keep his friends from interfering, and free Black Adam while holding off against a demon, surely Dr. Fate can help Teth Adam escape the wrath of these well-trained soldiers, right? Right? Nope. He just talks to Teth by giving him a motivational speech that sounds like lines written for a movie trailer.
The world needs you.
Teth Adam, and I'm going to keep saying Teth Adam because he's a 5,000-year-old man with no powers and no form of combat training. All this version of Teth Adam knows is mining because he was put into slavery during his time period, and during his time as a slave, Teth Adam couldn't stop multiple guards with swords when his son was about to be executed. So now in modern day, with modern weapons, Teth Adam is left outmatched, outgunned, and outnumbered against these well-trained, what the fuck? How? Teth Adam is able to fight off multiple soldiers, who have guns by the way. Guns that they don't bother to shoot till Teth Adam has time to use one of the soldiers as a meat shield. Then, Teth is able to overpower the soldiers with his bare hands, endure baton strikes, and even take the fucking bullets that are being shot at him. I kid you not. A normal man who is 5,000 years old gets hit with multiple bullets and still survives.
But wait! There's more!
Despite Teth Adam being wounded, he is able to swim in the depths of the ocean and make it past all that water pressure which should have killed him. Teth fucking Adam. A man born 5,000 years ago. A man who was a slave who probably knew nothing but mining rocks. A man who is able to survive all those obstacles. The plot armor in this scene goes up to astronomical levels of stupidity that it's no wonder this movie flopped entirely. It doesn't help that this scene has to cut back and forth from Dr. Fate handling Sabbac to Teth Adam fighting off soldiers like it's nothing. And the constant slow down, speed up, and slow back down effect from the movie 300 doesn't do this scene any favors. I've seen many praise this scene for Dr. Fate's skill, but even then this scene makes him look so stupid and incompetent. Dr. Fate's intention should be able to get Black Adam into the fight as quickly as possible, that way there can be no other further casualties. Dr. Fate freed Adam's chamber. He freed Adam's shackles, but didn't free his mouth shield. He doesn't protect Teth Adam from the bullets or the water pressure. The stupidity only gets worse as Dr. Fate is soon overpowered by Sabbac, thus lowering the shield that keeps out the rest of the Justice Society. And how does Hawkman react to this? How does a man with the ability to fly react to a chance to save his longtime ally? A man who didn't want Dr. Fate to sacrifice himself. A man who didn't sustain much damage during his fight with Sabbac at all, and can clearly fly with his wings. A man who shares a long history with Dr. Fate and wants nothing more but to prevent his friend's death by running up the fucking steps. Wow. And what about the other members of the Justice Society? What about Cyclone, who can easily fly herself by creating whirlwinds and moving Dr. Fate out of harm's way? How about using that same whirlwind power to move Sabbac from killing Dr. Fate? She can easily throw projectiles, allowing time for Dr. Fate to flee while Sabbac is distracted by her. Nope, she just flies in and lands on the ground with a stupid look on her face. Oh no, what on earth can I ever do? I'm sure Atom Smasher can grow and stop Sabbac in his tracks for a moment, allowing Fate to escape. Nope, he just jumps down from the steps. To be fair, at least Atom Smasher was established as clumsy and inexperienced before.
I'm coming up, zeroing in on your location!
But okay, with the society all here, maybe they can do a group attack and stop Sabbac from killing... Yeah, I give up. Dr. Fate technically could have saved his own life had he protected Teth Adam from the obstacles. Dr. Fate would have been saved had the Justice Society actually used their powers. Hell, had Dr. Fate just told the Justice Society that they needed to buy time for Black Adam to show up, no one would have died. However, the writing insists that this character must be sacrificed. A character with so much history, yet is making a film debut, is sacrificed due to poor writing choices. A lame conclusion for a character with so much potential, yet barely got off the ground in terms of character development. Top it all off with Teth Adam's prison escape that defies all logic and reason, and you end up with the dumbest scene in Black Adam. Have a good day.